I told you it's cool. And nobody minds. Everybody loves you so much,
Thank
Shreans.
you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
I was just telling
Th-
them about your course, and it was so good.
Thank
So good,
you.
so good.
You made it special by your presence every day and moderating it. Yeah.
But I felt special doing it with you. It was so much fun, yeah. You're just too
Likewise.
good. And you've learned from so many different teachers. And the thing is that you've curated it so well. That's the
Thank
thing.
you. Thank you.
Yeah, lucky to have him. I tell you, I feel very lucky. Yeah. I
Thank you.
really feel that your mind, like everybody else, also feels like that.
Likewise.
Okay, so Shreyans, will you tell us how it all started? How you realized that you can actually manifest your way to success? But I know it's very hard work. So will you tell me how it started? And we'll answer
So yeah.
the
So
questions later, girls.
sure. Sure. So it started in 1993. I mean, the whole spiritual, I think, uh, the initiative or the trigger point was 1993 when I was 19. I was in college, second year BCom in Mumbai, and all of a sudden my father passed away. And that was a big shock because he was just 46. It was a sudden death. And then next 3 years, I was going through a lot of grief, a lot of anxiety, a lot of insecurities, and I slipped into depression. I also became alcoholic, and after 3 years, I was detected chest tuberculosis, and that was a break. I mean, that was really when I completely broke down, and then I told my sister that I really need help, somebody to guide me because I can't manage on my own anymore now. And then she told me there's one meditation teacher. She was already in meditation, who's coming to Bombay, and if you like, I can request him to stay with you, and maybe you can learn meditation from him. And at that moment, I was ready to try anything. Uh, And that meditation was Brahmashi Patriji. He came to Bombay next day, stayed with me, and he saw me taking medicines for my TB. And then he asked me, why are you taking this medicine? And I told him, sir, I'm going through a lot of grief and I'm detective of TB now. So he said, uh, you're by taking medicine, you're like shutting the fire alarm. But the real fire, which is your grief, your anxiety, your insecurities, your feeling of loss, that is still continues. So it will turn into some another disease. So I said, I don't know any other way better. He said, then that's why I'm here today. And that was the first time I ever meditated with him. And when I meditated with him, after 40 minutes, when I opened my eyes, I felt so relaxed, so calm, so peaceful, that feeling I'd forgotten in last 3 years. And then he was to leave next day. He gave me two books to read. That read these two books, Power of Subconscious Mind and the Elements of Visualization by Ursula Markham. And he left next day and he said, if you meditate for 40 days every day, and and I want you to complete these two books in these 40 days, you will heal your TB without any medicine. And and he left next day, and I started meditating, and I got hooked on to meditation. There was time I was meditating with 6 hours. Then I was reading these two books. First time I realized, oh, our subconscious mind is so powerful. The whole concept of we create our own reality, and about the free will, and our power of imagination in the elements of visualization. I realize how powerful our imagination is, and how we can create whatever we want with our intention and visualization and emotionalization. So I started practicing all those techniques only for my health. That was my first goal. I'm healthy, I'm fine, I'm partying back, I'm dancing, I'm enjoying life. I was back with my friends, I was dating. That was my visualization. So, and after 30 days, when I went for my chest X-ray, and I was supposed to go to the doctor after 30 days. I got my X-ray done, and I showed my X-ray to him, and he was shocked. He said, "This is the first case ever in my life that within a month the TB is completely gone." And And that was a big revelation to me, that how powerful meditation and these techniques of creative visualizations are. And since then, I'm in on that path now. And since then, I got inspired from within that in this lifetime, I want to teach this meditation and these techniques to everyone around. And so all, and then I started applying this in my business, in my relationships, and through my successes and failures, I learned a lot from that. And last 6 years, I've started teaching now. And what I'm sharing is what I've learned, applied in my life, learned from so many spiritual masters like Dr. Joe Dispenza, Ramtha, Abrahamics, Eckhart Tolle, Greg Braden, and many masters. And I've, so what I'm teaching is not really my own thing. It's just that I've compiled all these things, and whatever the essence I've learned from all these masters, I've compiled it, and that's what I share. So this is how
Yeah,
my
but
journey is.
you have curated it in a very fantastic way. It's okay that you're teaching what you've learned, but the point is that you've curated it in a wonderful way. So tell me two things. One is the meditation that you did was Anapanasati, mindfulness
Yeah,
of the breath, right? And
right.
what were the two books that Patanjali that he gave you?
Patri sir,
Patri
one
sir,
was the power of your subconscious mind. That is by Joseph Murphy, and the elements of visualization by Ursula Markram.
Elements of Visualization.
But I
Okay.
feel a combination of these two books is Dr. Joe Dispenza's book, which is You Are the Placebo.
It's
And it is much more evident, much more backed by science now.
yes.
So if somebody has to read, I would recommend them don't need to go through those two books, but read the power of the
You
You
are
Are
the
the
placebo.
Placebo by Dr. Joe Dispenza.
And in that book, there's also meditations at the end, right? And you are the placebo.
Yes. Yeah.
But I want to tell you something. Out of everything, the meditation that I love the best is Anapanasati. And you hooked
Yeah.
me onto that Bija, Lisa Lavine, Bija music. And I'm just hooked onto that, just mindful, because that's been my go to from when I was in like very young. Just mindfulness of the breath. There can be nothing more exhilarating than that, isn't it?
Absolutely. That is the true foundation, right? Even
Yeah,
all techniques of visualization
yeah.
can actually work only once we empty our mind, first we become thoughtless, first we lose our identity, you know, then you're in a right state of uh, uh, basically connecting to your source energy. Then you are able to transform your emotions, and then you go to the step of visualization.
See, this is very important that first we empty our minds, we become source, we become thoughtless, we go to the source,
Yes.
and then we do the visualization.
Yeah.
See, people don't realize that they do it ulta. They make their vision board and they keep looking at the vision board and they struggle and their minds get involved. You're
Right.
saying drop the mind, right?
Yeah, in fact, many times those if you're trying to visualize from that level where you're in a beta state and you just are desperate to want something and you just think, oh, close my eyes and I'm visualizing it. But even though you're visualizing, but you're not able to emotionalize it because you're still involved with the current environment, with the situations, with the current relationship or the current financial situation. So, and if you may be thinking abundant, but if you're feeling lack, then you will attract what you feel. So visualization is a double-edged sword. If you don't do it properly, it can, instead of helping you, it can actually harm you.
This is brilliant what you've just said. What is the point of thinking of saying you want to be abundant, but you're feeling lack. You're thinking abundance, but you're feeling lack. So your feeling and your thoughts aren't wired together. Neurons
Yes.
that wire together
Fire
fire together.
together. Absolutely.
Yeah. So that's simple. Guys, have you heard this? You can be thinking something and feeling something else, and that's where meditation comes in.
Absolutely.
Fantastic, fantastic. So tell me something. So what happened? So you finished your your two books and you started meditating, what Patri sir said, and you used to meditate for how long every day?
I mean, initially I was, since I was not doing anything else, I used to meditate for like 6 hours, of course in intervals,
Yeah.
and then later on, obviously, then it came down to 1 hour, 2 hour every day. Yeah,
Like
yeah,
I used to meditate 3 and 4 hours in the
wow,
beginning. But once that got set, then
yeah,
that's set. Then,
yeah,
isn't
yeah,
it? Okay.
absolutely.
So then you did Patri, so you did that. You read those two books, and the next thing, what did you do?
So while in this 1 month's time, while I was doing this meditation, I did a Reiki course because my whole thing was how do I heal myself. So somebody said, "Oh, Reiki is great." Then another weekend, I did a pranic healing course, and next weekend I did a silver method of mind control course.
Ah,
So these are the three things which I did. And then after that, I met Dr. Newton. I did a past life regression course. I went and attended 10-day workshop of Ramtha because Ramtha is very much backed by quantum physics, neuroscience, brain waves, a lot of science to it, you know.
yes,
So then I did a 10-day. I went to Seattle, uh, US, and then I did a residential course of 10 days from Ramtha, where Dr. Joe Dispenza was a teacher, was a teacher and a student
yes.
both, you know. So I met Dr. Joe Dispenza in 2000 at the first, yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
So neuroscience is something that fascinates me. So what books would you recommend to our audience for neuroscience?
Again, it is all, I mean, it is enough which is covered in You Are the Placebo.
Yes.
So you don't need to know too much also
No.
because you just need to know as much as it helps you and you know there's a scientific way of doing it and it is backed by evidence. So you develop a right belief system
Yes.
and you do it with that belief, you know. So I think You Are the Placebo is good enough. Yeah,
For anybody who wants it.
yeah.
Okay, there was one more thing that I wanted to ask you for the audience. So you did, I want you to talk to them about your wonderful transcendental breathing.
Right.
I
So
want to
in
tell them
2000,
my experience after you tell them and
yeah.
what happened. It was amazing. But please tell them first.
So in 2002, I was organizing a workshop of one master, which he used to call it rebirthing,
Hmm.
and Leonardo Orr, and it was a 1 week workshop. Then he was the first one to introduce me to this breathwork technique, and it's an intense deep breathing and inhale and exhale non-stop. And I realized that a lot of my buried emotions, frozen memories, which I thought I've healed after 6 years of meditation, I'm fine now, I'm doing great. But then a lot of things came up during those breathwork sessions. And I realized I'm still carrying so many unresolved emotions. And so then I thought that this is a very, very powerful technique, but at that time they were not teaching, they were teaching it without any music or without any guidance. In a way they just tell you a technique and then you do on your own. But then when I started teaching, I added a lot of music in it. I added practical guidance to it because sometimes you need motivation to push you, music, a shamanic kind of music to take you into that altered state of consciousness. And I
Yes.
thought with music, and that was my personal experience, that with music it makes it better. So then I named it Transcendental Breathwork, and that's how I started teaching breathwork along with my workshops.
It's amazing.
So I feel it's like as a kind of emotional detoxification. You know, a lot of times we feel, oh, we are a meditator, or we have resolved everything, but once you do it, it's like a dynamite. You know, these frozen memories and resolved emotions, it really comes up, and you are able to release it. And then the energy moves up, the Kundalini energy rises. Sometimes it activates your pineal gland, releases a chemical called DMT, and you are able to experience those transcendental experiences, transcendental moments. You are able to go experience those altered state of consciousness and see things which you normally don't see from your naked eye. Sometimes connect to your loved ones whom you have not got any closure, connect to some higher beings, some spirit guides, maybe ancestors. Anything is possible. Sometimes outer body experience, sometimes
Yes.
seeing your past life, anything. I mean, and that itself is a great experience in a way, so that we experience that you are beyond time and space. You are beyond this physical dimension, and you experience that fifth dimensional state. So you never come back as the same person. Once you know, you are a different person. Then you know.
Yes.
And I would
It's
love to
really.
know about your experience,
Yeah,
actually.
so you know what happened the first time? I mean, I taught meditation and I've done so much meditation, but throughout the course that I did with you, I just flowed into it like I'm a newbie, into everything. When I did the transcendental meditation the first time, I suddenly got a lot of guidance from my brother who had passed away came, my
Yeah.
uncle, my parents. My parents come very often to me in my meditations. Christ also comes very often and gives me a lot of
Yeah.
messages. But the main thing was this one main thing, two main things. One is I got a friend's guide who came and told me that tell her we are looking after her and she will be the pivotal force to change her finances and sell. They needed to sell their house. After a few minutes, a very, very good friend of hers called Asta Debu, who was a dancer, he came to me and said, tell, and I'm not going to say the name because many of you know her,
Of course.
tell so and so that I am the blue butterfly she connects with all the time. And I'm taking care of her. And within a year, her home is going to be sold and everything is going to settle in her life. When I told her, she cried and cried and cried and cried. And of course, blue butterflies are her thing. And then I bought her blue butterflies to stick on her wall.
Wow.
But what I'm saying
Amazing.
is that, I went into it not knowing that I'd get messages for someone else. And
Right.
I
Amazing.
want you to tell the audience, do you still do those meditations once a week?
Yeah, I still do every Saturday evening, 5 o'clock. We do it live,
And
online, of course.
how can they connect to it?
So we have a channel called on YouTube, Shreans Daga Foundation, and it's broadcasted live on YouTube. So they can join on YouTube every Saturday evening, 5 o'clock. And of
Okay.
course, my app is called this Soul Lab. They can also download my app, Soul Lab. It has all the meditations. They can even connect through the app. And we have a WhatsApp group. So every week before a day before, we share the link.
Okay, fine. So what I'll do is I'll put it all down in the comments. I'll just take it from Sanskriti after we finish.
Yeah.
But your
Which
Shreyas Daga YouTube, guys, you must go and see because there's so many fantastic meditations on that. There's such lovely music that Shreyans has put together. You love good music, isn't
I
it?
love music. For me, depending on the music, I plan the meditations.
Yeah.
Is the other way. Yeah.
Just amazing, and what I love about transcendental, so somebody just said they love Soul app. So guys, remember SOUL app, but
No, lab. SOULLAB. Soul Lab.
Soul Lab. Okay,
Yeah,
Soul Lab app. Soul Lab.
that's right. Yeah.
So what I love about a transcendental breath meditation is that you start off with anapana. You start off with slow so that you just lose the mind, that you lose the thoughts, that you connect to the source. And then from the source, you start that breath. So you're kind of protected. There's a
Yeah.
protection. You're protected by your higher self, and then you're breathing out all the whatever. So
Yeah.
it's very well scientifically put together by you. And okay, music. Where do you source your music from, Shell?
So I love listening to spiritual music, and it's been last 25 years. Whatever music I've compiled, it's just the last 6 years that I've started making meditations. I've been using that, and then a lot of times the music comes to us. When you have that intention,
Yes.
then all of a sudden the music will pop up on YouTube, and you hear, and I said, oh, this is exactly what I was looking for. Sometimes you realize that it is not you, it is the music who's choosing meditation, or the meditation which is choosing the music.
Absolutely. Okay, so will you tell our audience what they can do to start manifesting their way to success?
So very simple, everything that we do in our life is for an emotional payoff, right? And 7.9 billion people on the planet today, what are we all chasing for? What is one common thing we're all chasing for? Joy, happiness, right? And we believe that that happiness lies outside of us. Oh, I need to buy a product to be happy. I need to have a certain relationship to be happy, or a house, or a car, something. We are hypnotized to believe. We are conditioned to believe that our happiness lies outside. But the truth is, we confuse that pleasure for happiness, the short-term pleasure for happiness. And that whatever we're trying to chase through outside source is very temporary, because outside everything is changing, right? If nothing is permanent. It's always temporary. It's like a bubble of water. Water bubble where today it is there, the moment and the next moment it is not there. So similarly, everything else outside is momentary. But because it gives you the temporary pleasure and you confuse that as happiness, we become attached to those things. Oh, it's my house. Oh, my car. And now somebody comes and bangs that car. Now it becomes the source of unhappiness, becomes the source of misery. Right? The same thing which I thought will give me happiness is now giving me pain. So what I try to teach is to reverse the equation. Because we don't need to chase happiness outside. Why do we get attached to things outside? Because we feel, oh, that is giving me happiness. So we identify with those things,
Yeah.
and we get attached to it. And then we lose it. And when we lose it, then it gives us pain. Right? Now we look for something else. But we have forgotten that the same happiness that we are looking outside, that we are trying to chase outside, that we are like trying to outsource, is there within us. Our source, when we connect to our inner being, when you become nobody, nothing, nowhere, no place, no mind, when you empty your mind, you lose your identity, you lose your ego, you lose your personality. And in the moment you drop that, you connect to your source. You become your natural state, which is which is pure love, pure joy, pure happiness. So then that is your true source of happiness. So, and when you find the true source of happiness within you, then you don't need to chase outside, because that becomes your primary source and outside is the secondary source. And when that is the secondary source, then even if it is there, so it's good. Even if it is not there, still good.
Yeah.
Because your primary source, is always there within you, and where you can go in and tap into that reservoir anytime and find your true happiness anytime. And once you realize that, once you know that your source is your ultimate resource, then you lose attachment to the outside source of happiness.
Absolutely.
So, but the beauty is how law of attraction works. We all are governed by law of attraction. When things change inside you, things will change around you.
Yeah.
When you find your happiness within, when you're happy for no reason, then what is the vibration? You change your vibration. What is your vibrational output to the universe? What is of joy, is of content, is of love, is of bliss, right? And is of satisfaction, is of acceptance of the present moment. Then the universe says, oh, you are happy for no reason, but let me give you more reasons to be more happy for.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, you're grateful. You're feeling so grateful. Oh, let me give you more reasons to be more grateful about. And that's how you, instead of trying to depend on happiness on the outside condition, and then if the outside condition changes, then you will become happy. Then your inner emotion changes. Now you reverse the equation. You first change yourself emotionally, and because you have changed yourself emotionally, your outside condition changes. Because what you feel about is what you bring about. Feeling a state actually produces that state. And that is a true secret for transformation, for manifestation. Is learn to transform yourself emotionally, And that's how you change your life outside.
Guys, did you hear this? Learn to transform yourself emotionally. So, in that 28-day course, I think there were about 3,000 people. 3,000 people were flying in bliss for 28 days. Isn't it? Everybody was so blissed out. And not on drinking or anything else, just on meditating and listening to this.
They were
It
not
was
high on wine, they were high on divine.
high on divine, really. Every day they used to come and say such lovely things. People had wonderful experiences. So it's
Yeah.
really true that it's it's this is a big huge secret, huh? That everybody should know. It's all about this, about transforming our emotions. When
Yeah.
this transforms, then the universe is chalo beta, have some more. Yeah?
Exactly. The universe only plays the match game. Oh, this is your vibration. That means that is the command to the universe. The universe say, okay, so be it. Let me bring that. So actually, when we talk about manifestation, the myth is, oh, we need something to manifest physically. But what my guidance is, leave your obsession with physical manifestation.
Yeah.
Physical manifestation is not our job. Be obsessed with emotional manifestation. If you have manifested emotionally, your job is done. And then let the universe play the match game. Let the universe knows how to give it to you in the shortest possible time, and probably much more than what you have wanted. And so universe will manifest that for you. So the physical manifestation job, leave it to the universe. Our job is only to manifest emotionally. Rest is only the follow up.
Wow. Rest is only the follow up. Our job is just to manifest emotionally. That makes it easy.
But that is the truth. That is because we think, oh, physically, then we apply our mind, then we apply our logic. But then logic does not produce magic, right? So when you apply a logic, and then you try to control the outcome. Oh, I want it, and I want it this way and that way, and it's like, suppose you want to manifest a house, and if you need 10 crores for the house, oh, I need 10 crores, and then I want my business to do like this, and then I should get an order this much. But I say, if you want a house, and anyways what you want is for the emotional payoff, then why don't you just see that you're in a great house and feel it as if you're already there, being connected with your family, and the love and the belongingness and the hosting your friends or family, whatever. Just feel that exhilaration and the excitement of that house. And then how that will come, leave it to the universe.
Yeah.
Maybe your father-in-law will gift you the house. So why?
Yeah.
Universe knows the
Yeah.
universe. Yeah.
Yeah. It's really true. It's really true. So impossible becomes possible with that inner emotional little click. It's such a little click we have to do.
Yeah,
Not very
absolutely.
big. Not very big. How sweet. People find your voice blissful. It's really true. It is. Do
Thank
meditation
you.
with him, then you'll to fly. So tell me something. Are you going to be doing any more online courses?
So online, what I'm trying to do now is whatever I've done online earlier, and I've been doing few workshops. Like recently, I did a 10-day workshop in Pyramid Valley,
Yeah.
which was recorded. So I am now editing that, and then I'm putting that as a module online, so that
Great.
people can see it at their own convenient time. And I'll be doing more online Q&A sessions
Ah, that's very important. So,
regularly.
so
Yeah,
guys, you must be in touch on YouTube, right? And
on
that's
YouTube.
where will you
Yeah.
tell them where you're going to be doing the Q&A
So
sessions?
it's again, we share it on our WhatsApp groups. We have almost more than a lakh people on our WhatsApp groups, which is, we only post it, the admin only. So we'll share the links that people can join our WhatsApp group,
Okay.
where we share a daily quote or some teachings, some learnings, and then about all my classes and workshops.
Guys,
And yeah.
you must, because it's so good. Really, that manifestation decoded course. I did one course in September. I have to tell you this. I did this one course in September. I liked it so much. I did it again on my own on YouTube because you put it up on YouTube.
Yeah.
The whole thing. I used to make notes, I used to look back at it. Fantastic. Even though I've been a teacher for so many years, but it's nice. It's nice to have an open heart to learn something new. And then in February, I hosted. We started in Jan, in
Yeah.
Jan 22. In
Correct.
Jan 22, I hosted the course. So then I did it again. So three times I did it, and I loved it every time. It's a
Thank you.
such yeah, really, Shreyans, you put it together. You put together lovely course. So if you really want to decode manifestation for yourself, go do that course. It's
Yeah,
there on
it's
YouTube,
still
na?
there on YouTube. Still there on YouTube. It's still and also there on the app. Yeah.
So see, it's available. That's what I like about you. You just give it so generously. There was somebody who said, I want to be a teacher. Do you have a teacher's training? He said, you're a teacher. You've done my course.
Exactly. Actually, I mean, because that thing is ours, right? This is the truth we are sharing, and I'm also learning while I'm sharing. And the universe gives you generously. So what is there to hold on to, right? So yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So tell me something. What is the most frequently asked questions that your students ask you?
So when I tell them that your job is only emotional manifestation and not physical, so most of the time, do you mean that, oh, you don't have to do anything? And I said, exactly. And I say, yes, you don't have to do anything. Because when you get up from your meditation, then efforts are not required, efforts are inspired. Then the inspiration calls for action, right? Then you have a motivation, you have a motive for action. And then you will meet the right people at the right time, at the right place, and you'll have the intuition to call that person or to talk to them, or you'll be pulled to, go there or do something. So your inspiration calls for action. You don't do the action. And then you love what you're doing, right? And when you love what you're doing, you're actually not doing, then you're enjoying.
That's true. But you have
So,
to meditate. You have to
but
meditate. You
then,
have to
yeah,
do one little thing.
meditation, because meditation is only a tool, right? With meditation, you're transforming emotionally.
Yeah.
You're able to create the right vibration. It's a powerful tool to change your vibration.
And that's what we all forget. We've all been given that.
Exactly.
Everybody's got the breath. You don't have to pay nothing for it. You've got the breath. Use it. It's really,
Absolutely.
really true. So thank you so much, Shreyans. I really love you from the bottom of my heart, that you know. And because
Same here,
you're such
likewise.
a, I know, that also I know. Because you're such a good person, human being. Really, you give so much, bharpoor to everybody. It's wonderful to see that. And
But
what I love,
honestly, I only do it for my selfish reasons because it gives me a lot of joy. So I'm doing for my own joy, and I learn while I share because it also reaffirms in my mind.
yes.
So when I go back to my worldly affairs, then I know, oh, this is what I taught, so I better practice it.
I love that. Did you hear this, guys? When he goes back to his worldly affairs, he says, oops, I taught this, so I better practice it. I love it. That's it. You have to know that you're a human being on this planet. You're not some, isn't it?
And my kids are my biggest accountability partner. They remind me, Papa, you said, oh, you teach peace. Where is how come you're losing your peace?
Yeah, that's good. It's good to have a family that keeps you down to earth.
Ramdas said, "Na, if you think you're enlightened, spend 1 week with your family. That's
Seriously.
your real mirror."
That's your real mirror. That's what kept me grounded through my modeling years. So there I'd go to places and people said, my God, you're so beautiful and we love you, we want to marry you. I'd walk in, my father would give me some very down to earth instruction that I had to do immediately. Just, something. It keeps you very grounded. They were not interested in you look like this or you look like that. Aao, baitho, khana khao. Why are you eating like this? Why are you speaking like that? Best.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So thank you so much. It's always lovely speaking to you.
Thank you,
And
Nandini. And thanks to all
absolutely.
the audience for giving your time. I can see Rashri ji here also. Thank you, Rashri ji, for joining.
Just check if there are any questions,
Yeah,
Shreyan.
sure, sure.
Want to meet soon. Yeah, even I want to meet him soon. Bro, you gave me so many unlimited gifts. Thank you. No words for this very kind, loving being. Thank you. Love you too, Shreyans. I know everybody loves him. He also loves everybody. Yes, Jan 22. That's the course that I did. Will it be a particular day in time? Yeah, he said every Saturday we do it now.
Yeah, yeah. Every Saturday evening, 5 p.m. Indian time.
Yeah. Okay, your voice is enchanting. Yeah, yeah. So, Shreyan's done. Everybody is giving. Sorry. Listen, when I repost this, all these messages won't be in front of you, Shreyans. I don't know why. Actually, they should put us down and our guests on top. I'm going to write to them. What's it? You've told the books. Okay, great.
And thank
Great.
you, everyone, for all your love and blessings. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you, Shreyans, for your love and for
Thank you, Nandini.
your wonderful knowledge that you share with everybody. And remember, this all these questions will not come when I repost it. Bye.
Bye. Thank you
Lots of
so
love.
much. Love you all. Thank you.
Absolutely. Love you. Bye.